Hello, my amazing people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across my platform. If it's your first time and you like what I'm doing here, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications, and that way you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. Here in Linda's TV show, we react to all forms of videos, local, international, especially what is happening in Nigeria. I want to appreciate YouTube. Yes, I will keep on appreciating them for creating this wonderful platform that we are using to disseminate information to the members of the public. At the same time, I put a disclaimer. Yes, I need to inform YouTube what I am doing here. I put a disclaimer that this platform, Linda's TV show, do not and will not promote hate speech, violence, misinformation. We are here to educate, inform the members of the public about what is happening. In fact, myself, I don't like hate speech, I don't like violence, I don't like misinformation, and I don't like instigating war. But I want to inform YouTube that a call for self-determination is not a call of war. Please.
Is populated by those who don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria anymore. If they are given that choice this hour, they will cut off from Nigeria and they will subscribe to the breakup of Nigeria. But nevertheless, there are those who are here too, who want one Nigeria. Okay? Yeah, they want one Nigeria, but they don't want this particular Nigeria. And there are many other categories, like I said, special categories here. But for you to understand, so when you begin to hear us talk about the criminals in charge of Nigeria, here, we do not treat the Nigerian criminals by tribe, party, like by tribe, by ethnic, by their religion, because majority of us here believes that the criminals in charge of Nigeria, they do not have ethnic, tribal, or religious affiliation. They were just tools that they have used, okay, to subdue majority of us. Are you following? Then also, we do not have respect for them, okay? Like, political correctness is not our thing. We just say the way we feel, okay? It doesn't mean maybe we do not have respect for, especially for elders who earn it, respect. We are the most respectful people you can come across online. But you will only feel offended in case if you are the type who is wearing your tribal, your ethnic, your religious garment and can easily be offended, like you don't like the tone. Oh, that is so harsh. So if you are the type, you are not going to be comfortable here. All right? Now, if you are the type that sort of love God, which is great. I love people who love God. Seriously. I do not like people who love to use God to manipulate others. When we are discussing public issue, they are like real life issue. Okay? As I am talking to you right now, every minute, more than 100 Nigerians are falling into poverty. Every minute. Imagine what that is in a single hour. And that's not a joke. It is a real life issue. And we can react the way we feel comfortable reacting without any respect whatsoever. Whether it is your religious leaders, whether not your pastor or imam, or anybody who want to use Islam or use Christianity or what have you to doing us or try to use that to gaslight us, you are not going to be comfortable here. I just thought I should say all this, okay? But apart from that, I don't think anything will offend you on this platform. I don't think so. Okay? except if you are a closet supporter of all this evil happening in that contraption. And don't ever try to blackmail us with patriotism or one Nigerianness. We call people like that unity beggars. Let us pray for Nigeria. All of us should come together. We should come together. You and who is we. So we don't do that here. But you are free to believe what you want to believe. And regularly, what you believe in, if it is part of the rot in that contraption, trust me, you will be outed and you will get angry. Don't ever ask us to respect anybody that we choose not to respect because they have disrespected us severally. Please don't speak for anybody that we are speaking against here. And if you have to do it, I will advise you to do so in your head, because majority of people here will not tolerate that. Don't drop God in every conversation here. Every small thing, God this, God that, please. Nothing apart from that, everything is fine, you know. So if you joined us in the last 1 week, these are the things you should have at the back of your mind, whether you are staying, to know if you are going to be staying or you are only transiting, just so you know. But if you choose to stay, you are going to love it. Because even the supporters of the criminals in Nigeria, they are here. Because this is the only place where we are not just talking about the problems, okay? We are actually naming those behind the problems. And don't ask us, but what is the way forward here? Don't ask me. Because that's exactly what I have spent the last 10 years of my life teaching on this platform. Telling everyone that we might have tried everything, but the only thing we haven't tried, that they are telling us not to try, is to break up that contraption. Do you understand that now? That's the solution. And if you are not part of people who believe that is the solution, it's all right. Don't come here and begin to ask us to advise the criminals who are intentionally destroying the country, destroying the future, the lives of millions, even those yet unborn. So yes, don't ask us for solution. Everything else is safe. The other people at the committee of veterans on the platform, they will likely, they will introduce you to other things I've probably have forgotten. So yes, going forward, you see, some of you were wondering, those of us who had the childhood of lies, because that's exactly what Nigeria is. Childhood of lies, okay? Where a bunch of saboteurs, criminals, and their pals continue to tell us to praise criminals like themselves as heroes. You see, if your hero live long enough, they will become villain. That is exactly what has happened to Confessor Bajue, Confessor Soyinka, where many, a lot of people were expressing their shock and surprise that his voice could actually really help. His voice speaking up for millions of people who are victims of Tinubu's policies. Same thing under Bokwari. If the way he added his voice, like nobody wanted a 90-year-old man, okay, to come and protest for you, all right? But at the same time, you don't want the voice of a 90-year-old man gaslighting you for wanting a working country, a better country, the society that works for you as young people. A 90-year-old man gaslighting you, calling you names, setting you up for killings by the brutal regime that have no respect for anything human rights. So that too it's unacceptable. Here you get, 9 years ago, this soon to be 90-year-old man was 81 years old man, and his voice was so much, like even more than his voice, this old man was on the streets protesting against bad government. He was a role model to many, but they were misleading people. He participated in misleading millions of young people into the shackles and the chains of APC, Egbekegbe. And he has no remorse, no regrets. Rather, he came back to gaslight the same young people, call them fascist or fascist or so, right? The people that does not want any other people's opinion, they are more dangerous than the Tifnumbu's thugs that denied the Igbos, or people that look like the Igbos, from actually exercising their own franchise, fundamental human rights, because they were Igbos. Soyinka is mute. The world sees that, and they see his hypocrisy to the point that everybody dragged him. They dragged him on the... But we understand why later. He will always be very, very nice to his friends. Okay? But he can still be nice to his friends without having to gaslight young people that are demanding for a better country, a working country, as if to say that is actually a wrong thing to ask for. Now, if you now feel like somebody else could give them that, and that person is failing, they could call you out and say, oh yeah, come now. Say something now. You were vocal before. You were physical. You are everywhere. Now you are mute. Say something. And you are like, you turned around and you started gaslighting them and blackmailing them. At that age, he lost all due respect. And rightly so. The actions of those who call themselves older people in Nigeria has been put to questions by many of us, the younger people, that what exactly is the aim and objective of these older people for the younger people, the younger generation. These are people who are possibly have seen the most part of their lives. Okay? And how is it so comfortable that they could destroy lives that they could see, and they still don't see that they had what they are doing is so wrong and so evil that they could have had that the rest of their lives. They could actually use that for atonement for all of their own miserable existence. But no, at that age, they become more stubborn. That is why what you are having right now is like the war against civilization. You are dealing with people whose mind, imagination are that of the 50s, the 60s. The people that don't believe they could ever be wrong. Yes. Those who believe in that nonsense. What an elder see sitting down. If a young man climb a 100-story building, he can never see it now. How many of these older people saw that they were going to be wretched in their old age? Because government policy, inflation and the rest of them, unpaid their pension and the rest, no plan this and that, right? It's going to make them poorer at the old age and sick. How many of them saw Nigeria of this 30, 40 years ago? Take that away from their ages. They were in their 40s. They were in their 50s. Now, take a look at 40 years after that. Look at the world they were living. They still don't believe they are wrong. Because they are stubborn. You know? They are stubbornly destroying lives of millions of, 25 years ago, the military handed over to the civilians. And it was called the government of the people by the people, right? Now, see what you have. 25 years after that, we have 25-year-olds in Nigeria today whose lives have no direction, no meaning, no education, no skill, no nothing. But they are existing in that Nigeria today. Those who were given birth to 25 years ago, they are 25 years old now. Miserable, frustrated. No job, no skill, no education, nothing. In their millions. Then the older people believe that demanding for a better life is an act of insubordination and disrespect. And that makes you more dangerous than a section of the youth armed with weapons and all of that. You know, to attack those who are asking for that better country. So you can see the hypocrisy. Some of them were like, you know, Soyinka was twerking. The Confessor Bajwe was twerking. And the rate at which he was twerking for Tifnumbu lately, if the guy be cause earthquake, like you say, and then next you just like, just the narrative, like, you know, that one that they said, the way Nigeria is going down, oh more, they go soon reach crude oil, again, kind of. We are now living in a world where older people are becoming more dishonest and dishonest. And at the same time, they are demanding respect. That is the world we are living, where older people, despite being wrong again and again and again, they are demanding respect. Irresponsible older people. Then we have the misled, miseducated younger ones that are sharing them on as their future is being blown away by these roads. They deserve no respect, my darling. That's why we don't respect them. You see, the world they have created is the world whereby if we allow them, majority of us will never grow old. We will have no, when you have no access to proper education, you have no access to proper health care, you have no access to proper, you don't even have safety, no security. What is the chance that you are going to live to the age of 80? What is the chance? The health sector has collapsed. The economy has collapsed to the point that people can no longer afford their medication. That is the economy as we speak. People are choosing between to eat or to buy to buy their medication. Life-saving medication. No. People are now skipping medication. Many of them young people as well as older people. In the country these guys have created. And condemning that, they want you to do so respectfully. Fine, but do so with respect. How do you respect people whose life's career and life's decisions, politically and otherwise, is to cause anguish, pains, generational poverty for millions, including you, that is defending them because they are from your tribe, because that man is from your own ethnic nationality? Oh, he is a Christian. Give him time. Oh, he is a Muslim. I believe him. Just give him time. You are associating with people who are mean to destroy you because they are from your religion. They are from your tribe. But when you look at the world, when you look at the country they have created, you are not spared because of your religion. You are not being spared because of your tribe. You are not being spared because you are a member of APC. Let's even use that. And you still don't see it. So that is why you should understand where we are coming from. Their actions will kill many of us before we even, you know, their actions and inactions are already killing many of us before we even turn the age 5. Do you know the level of child mother mortality rate in Nigeria? People who are dying in this 2024, people who are dying because they want to give birth. That will tell you what you need to know, that before, and then when you now look at the number of children that are dying from diseases that the rest of the world have left behind 40, 50 years ago, killing children, disabling them, and all of that inside that contraption before they turn 5 years. Then when you finally turn 5 years, the Nigeria economy, which has guaranteed that, because it's obvious, according to the World Health Organization, what was recommended for proper mental development. You see, this is our brain. When we are like a 3 month, that's why you see, don't knock a child on the head. Okay, some of us received knock in our head, and now we are mad or we don't know. I'm telling you. You see, when our brain was developing, there was some certain food we were supposed to be eating. Not be all of us chop them. Honestly, we just kind of survive. That's what we'll say. And at the end of the day, some of us grew up as mumus. And all we know, despite, you will see Nigerians so educated though. They have all of the certificates. They want to achieve all of the educational whatever. But then, when it comes to proper critical thinking, they think about themselves mostly. And then they are comfortable being led by rogues. Most of them, school dropouts. No be mumu be that. Do you understand where that came from? It came from how we grew up. And that is why majority of us decided to go and learn what is called street smart. You have to learn how to survive on the street. And whatever skill you develop as your own survival skill, you can make it from it. And that is why you see people that only few people can actually think critically. And sometimes thinking critically, some of us came back to life because of the fear of poverty. You sit down, you look at your life and say, then suddenly you just started singing. Amy, Amy, oh. Say, I don't know, say I get talent for music, sha. You say, very, very talented musician. Mayegun lele yi, lo lele, mayegun lele yi. That's my own street talent. I do not have to know how to fix electricity. I do not have to know how to develop anything. I need to survive. That is the world these criminals created in Nigeria. Now somebody is going to threaten you that you don't have respect for elders. Do you want to die young? You better wash your mouth. Wash your mouth. If you want to grow old, you better don't disrespect elders. Papa, there is no plan that you are going to grow old. You know how many we don't buy? We're supposed to stay here, but they don't, because they couldn't be taken care. Some children. The rest of us are just like trying to survive. You will see doctor, you will see this professional, that professional. Once it comes to public discourse, they don't get sense at all. Smart thing, they will say, but you know, it's just that I read it in physics. When you mix, look at it. The country that is, I think Nigerians are the third, if not the second or third most educated immigrants in America. You could still see person who don't live for America for 15 years. It will be defending that contraption. Do you think that is because majority of them were taught, go and learn, go and read. If you read your book, you become a doctor. So but doctor we no say, if you bring in criminals, who have no regard for education, who have no regard for human lives, they will get to power, and you, doctor, you will never be paid well, right? And at the end of the day, you will have a country like Nigeria, despite the fact that you spent your whole life trying to become a doctor. Now you are being led by a drug dealer who gave no hint about education. Do you understand that now? Anyway, Tifnumbu has finally come out anyway to say, Confessor Soyinka is not working for free. So there is a road that they just rehabilitated in Abuja, and it has now been named after the confessor. And this is what Tifnumbu said.
Valley in Abuja Capital Territory. you talking about every part of Abuja, bringing economic prosperity to people. I wonder what will be like the value of your IGR when the real estate is the real value of Abuja. It has been a great flurry of activities, joyful by all of us that is associated with you. The commissioning of the full scope development arterial road N20, as you say, from Northern Parkway to Outer Northern Expressway, ONEX, is another testament to the actualization of our developmental agenda to transform every part of this country. We will do it. Let me say here that your momentous and recommendation to name this road as Wole Soyinka Way is well received. He's our foremost playwright, novelist, Nobel Prize winner, who has brought Nigeria fame, a pride of international acclaim. Thank you for thinking that way. We all accept your recommendation on behalf of the people and Federal Republic of Nigeria. The completion of this strategic project with its underground system of wastewater duct for fiber optic and many other facilities cannot be but mentioned. The population of Nigeria is growing. The population of Abuja Capital Territory is growing. It is necessary to invest in infrastructure to sustain the growth and bring economic prosperity to our people. I want to say once again, thank you, Wike and the entire team. What more do you want me to say? It's in my heart, full of joy, full of pride, because they thought you, Enrique, will not perform. I heard that from several quarters. I made my choice. You didn't let me and the country down. You work day and night, creatively, thinking and doing the reform you recommended was accepted by me. People are benefiting. You are proud to bring them out as permanent secretaries and civil servants. The job you are creating during these activities is extremely encouraging. Well, I said in Lagos.
So that's Kolu. Thanking YORUBA for suggesting renaming that road after the Confessor Gbajue. I mean, you know, it's been very outspoken, and somehow it's been very effective too, helping to further divide Nigeria, which is what actually works for Tinubu and his camp. So yeah, to celebrate Confessor Gbajue's 90th birthday, that is why that highway was named after him, not because he's done anything per se, okay? However, YORUBA, who is the governor of Abuja, had all of the civil servants in attendance where that took place to bow down for Tinubu, because he has been the one who has now approved their promotion, something like that. Somebody said, Omo, if my mama come back home, I go tell her, Mama, time for you to resign from this nonsense, okay? But yeah, celebrating the new road in the name, the rehabilitated road in the name of the Confessor Gbajue. YORUBA will always be YORUBA. Here is one of those episodes.
Today, most of them have never dreamt in their life that they will ever get to the peak of their career. That is very, very important. Not just the infrastructure every day. So if you permit me, I don't know those beneficiaries, the permanent secretaries, I don't know where they are here. Come out, so that you come out. You are the beneficiary, come out. You are supposed to be the agent of the home, but come out and come out. Both women, both men, everyone. First and take a bow before Mr. President. The lucky ones. Your Excellency, these are the first set of permanent secretaries that you made. Head of service, are you not the permanent secretary? And that is their head of service. Your Excellency, these are the technical team now that we have. So I want to sincerely thank you. Now, most of them have been going to churches and mosques. They have been praying now that God should help them to be head of service. But it was not there before. For them to be head of service, it was not available. But now you have made it available. I know some of their pastors who have been praying for them. So I also told them that they should pray for me to recommend them to you. That is also very important. Your Excellency, this road was awarded in 2020. In fact, this is the fastest. It was awarded 2020, not the one that was awarded 15 years ago, 16 years ago. It was awarded 2020 at the cost of nuisance delay.
Yeah, that happened. Okay. All of you come here. Permanent secretary, civil servant. Oh. It is the civil service law that they are promoted as at when due. But in Nigeria, it is political. You may never be promoted for some certain reasons. Whether if they know that the state you come from, they don't like the person in, those in government don't like the state you come from, you will never be promoted. They don't like your religion. Whether you are a Muslim or a Christian and that person doesn't like it, you will never be promoted. If, I don't know, like, you just be there until somebody comes and says, oh, let me now promote you. Say, oh, thank you so much, sir. We have been praying to be promoted. God has answered our prayer. God is almightily great, kind of. And those are the trained technical hands of the civil service. They were supposed to be the head of the engine room of the Nigerian government. That's how they are humiliated. And they have to remain loyal to Wike. That's what you have. That is the contraption you have. Anyway, talking about civil servants, the NLC, they have come out to say they did not suspend the strike, that they only relax it. I think that's a new word. It's like a strike is ongoing and everybody is like ficting and finding their way around it, and some are complaining, and then you're like, okay, you know what? Let's pause it. Not suspend. Pause. I don't even know what that means. But in practice, it means they are taking a break after 1 day strike, because Steve Numbu and his team, they agreed that they are going to pay them over 60,000, but they have no idea how much over. So they need a week. Meanwhile, today, there is a breaking news. Breaking news. Steve Numbu has given Wole Idun 2 days to come up with another minimum wage. Oh my God, breaking news. That must be, wow. Anyway, the Ajero guy probably can explain it better. What is suspend? What is relax? What's going on? Mr. NLC president, like, on the strike.
He's taking salary. Wait now. Yes, now let him. It's nothing. There's nothing new here. That's within 1 week. Is anything new here? So he's not saying anything new. We signed. And I'm repeating it now because it's from and you are disrupting him. This is camera. So for 1 week that was our agreement, and even international conventions they say you don't negotiate at gunpoint. So whether they thought that they were negotiating at gunpoint or whatever. So we didn't suspend, we relaxed. When our statement comes out, and we relaxed our actions for 1 week. So that we can negotiate. Yesterday's meeting was a kind of mediatory meeting. And then we're going back to the appropriate organ that discusses wages. So we've returned back to status quo, ante alum. So the status quo was the 497 and the 60,000. So depending on good faith, we can move up and down to reach an agreement. But if not, another statement.
So which means it's because of the 1 week. The meeting yesterday agreed that should be meeting. Is that what inspired you, or made you to also relax for 1 week?
Read the letter and spirit of that agreement yesterday, that the federal government is committed to moving beyond 60,000. Prior to now, even there was a challenge on why, by some subnationals, on why should you even agree on 60. And they were quarreling among themselves. Why should you 60? Some of them didn't even agree. Well, the outcome of yesterday's deliberation shows that they are committed to moving beyond that. So it's like they have given a framework for us to negotiate, to reach certain threshold. That is it. And then before, it appears as if the negotiation was going to be infinitum. But the outcome yesterday shows that this should be completed or concluded within 1 week. So what else do you want to? So those are some of the obstacles we were negotiating without end, and then with a kind of ceiling from one partner that we are not moving beyond this. All those hurdles have been removed. So every party can now talk freely, for us to get a middle point.
All right, last Mr. Ajiro, talking about threshold now, floors and ceiling, the organized labor, what will be the floor for the organized labor that you cannot go below?
Negotiation is ongoing. It's floor and ceiling. It's give and take. So where we land will be the floor. The ceiling, the very large extent, will be on ability to pay. Bear in mind that when it was started, state governments were paying 40. So the same thing if you get a floor now, some people will be urged to pay higher than that. That will be the ceiling. The floor will be basic, where we agree as basic minimum. Thank you.
I didn't want to put nuisance lele because me, somehow, I know they like to stop anybody with the fight APC criminal government. Even if you think the fight now fake, sometimes I just want to say, oh, fight on, Joe. But anyway, you heard him. They've only relaxed, and the ceiling of their demand is 494,000. So Tifnumbu's guy said they can go above the 60,000. Whether now 60,500 or maybe now 70,000 or even 80,000. Since Edo State and Lagos State, they have promised to be paying 70,000 minimum wage. That's how much they can go. Okay. And Tifnumbu's federal government is expected to be a little bit over that. So maybe by maybe by Wednesday, or sorry, by Thursday, they will kind of make another announcement to ambush these guys. But let me tell you something, okay? They may announce an 80,000. And the argument is going to be they have increased the minimum wage by 150% from 30,000 to 80,000. In Borno State, school teachers were still being paid 15,000 naira a month by the Borno State government. They've never paid 30,000. More than 20 states in Nigeria have never paid the 30,000 minimum wage. The 18,000, that is the prior one, they have never paid that too. You have no idea the rot all across, by the way. So when Ajiro said they have stepped or they have relaxed their strike, so this happened around what do you call it? The airport. So they opened the airport. So everybody come in for the next 5 years. Congratulations. Oh, come on, man. You know. Anyway, somebody believes that whatever happens, you must not let the NLC get a deal of 494,000 minimum wage. It is going to destroy many other things worse than the subsidy removal. His argument is recorded and he shared that online. Listen, I want you to possibly react to this just like how you think Nigerians actually really understands economy and the rest of that, okay? I don't want you to see this as usual. This one now worry because anyway, I can't control how you are going to react. But somebody believes, and he put forward this point, said 494,000 will increase the food prices. It will increase this, it will increase that, because everybody will begin to demand for a better pay. You know, like So you must never let NLC get the minimum wage. Now wahala. Listen.
Nobody should allow federal government to make new minimum wage 400 and something thousand. A lot of you are so excited about it, but you're not even thinking how small business owners and private individuals are going to cope. For example, I own a bakery. For me to be able to pay the least of my staff 495,000, it means I have to be profitable. And for me to be profitable, I can't be selling my loaf of bread 1,000 naira anymore. I have to start selling one loaf of bread for maybe 50,000 naira. Those of you that maybe your daddy works in a transport company as a driver, presently maybe he earns 150,000 naira per month. The minimum wage right now is 30,000. So your dad earns times 5, because 30,000 times 5 is 150,000. So if the new minimum wage becomes 495,000, you have to check 495,000 times 5, because your dad still has to earn times 5 of it, and that will be like 2.something million. But I can tell you that your family will be happy, but that money you won't even be able to use it to do anything reasonable, because the 2 million naira will definitely look like 150,000 naira. Transport companies, the government that is going to give them money to pay their salary, to pay their workers. So they have to increase the price of their products and services for them to be profitable. If you want to travel from Benin to Lagos, don't think that you are going to go there with 30,000 naira. You have to go there with nothing less than 200,000 naira. Even a bike man will charge you 20,000 naira for you to move from one point to another, because everything will definitely have to go up. How are small business owners going to pay their staffs 400 and some thousand? They have to be able to increase the price of things. As some of you even thinking, this was how a lot of you were so excited when they started to remove fuel subsidy. You say that government are the ones eating your money, let them remove it. Okay, now that they have removed fuel subsidy, how are things? How are things? Life is still very difficult, and you've forgotten that fuel subsidy is the only thing Nigerians enjoy. Okay, federal government have health care. How many of us do go to public hospitals? How many of us do go to government schools? But fuel is something that everybody benefits from, no matter who you are. Even a newborn child. Farmers need fuel to transport their farm products. Transport companies rely on fuel. Everything literally relies on fuel. So when you remove fuel subsidy, life became difficult. Fuel that was 100 and something naira is now almost 800 naira. So you think that if they put a new minimum with 500,000 naira, 490 something thousand naira, that things will become better? Some of you that even so are excited about it, you will even be the first to even lose your job where you were, because some of you are not so valuable. Some companies are not so profitable, but they still have to pay their staff, hoping that the economy will get better and someday they'll make profit. So if they have to now make it 400 and something thousand naira, how are they going to pay their staff? Some business owners want to even do the job themselves. They have to sack a lot of people, and crime is going to increase. Right now, what I'm trying to say is that I understand they are going to negotiate it. Maybe somewhere along the line it's going to fall between maybe 100,000 or 70,000 naira. But things will still go up. That's just the truth. Because people have to increase the prices of their products and services to be able to afford to pay their listing. Even government people that pay their domestic staff, it is our taxpayers' money they used to pay them. Some of you have seen, some people were concerned that private individuals, how would they pay their domestic staff? Some people are now saying, why would they employ domestic staff if you don't have money? The truth is that people will start investing in robots to perform these kinds of tasks, because they can't be able to. If 400,000 naira times 12 a year is almost 5 million. If you invest 5 million naira in getting yourself a robot, your house will be cleaned. It's even efficient. All you need to do is maintenance. That is where the direct, and those of you that are not so skilled, you lose your job. 2 years you've never found employment. Crime will increase. If there's anything the federal government can do right now, is to subsidize the things that Nigerians use every day. One commodity that everybody benefits from is fuel. So as a poverty activist, I am this is my comment. The federal government should please bring back subsidy, because no matter how they increase the minimum wage, Nigerians will still suffer. Fuel subsidy is what brings us together. It's the only thing we all benefit from. Whether we are poor, successful, whether you are...
Hello, my wonderful people. As we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain bless.